Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm not doing too bad. I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. What a hot day it is today here in Hamilton, Ohio. It was so hot at work. It was just unbelievably hot in there. Something is wrong with the air conditioner or something. But anyhow, enough about the hotness. Let's see what messages Spirit has for us for the next few days. This is for all those who are already aware they're on an ascension journey and going through. Oh, thank you. I just forgot. They're telling me about past, present, and future. They're wanting me to do a past, present, future. So in the past, and I'm here in recent past. In the recent past, there was a lot of energy of diving into your divine feminine energy. This is getting connected with your intuition, learning to trust in your creative spark. This could be getting in alignment with like your emotional body becoming more stable is what I'm hearing. For some of you, this is just doing things that have to do with creativity. However, I do feel like an Empress energy here as well. So in the recent past, some of you have been like in this energy of doing whatever it takes to get to wherever it is that you want to go. So I do feel like Archangel Michael has been working with you guys lately, especially when it comes to your spiritual journey, the things that can happen and come about because of your spiritual journey. So many of you, whether or not you know it, this angel has been working with you, guiding you in different directions. One of those directions is to trust in your intuition, to trust in the intuitive type of visions that you're having, as well as heartfelt knowing. So in the very recent past, one of the things that you've been experiencing probably is ascension symptoms that have to do with the head. So you could be feeling pressure across the eyes, behind the eyes, a feeling of pressure being on top of your head even. One of the things that I feel that has been happening is a lot of communication coming from Spirit, especially in the recent past. This is something new for many of you, learning and receiving and starting to understand and become aware of how that communication comes in multiple ways is what I'm feeling. Synchronistic things through music, through repeated numbers, hearing tones in your ears and then getting some sort of intuitive flash that comes with it. Some of you are seeing signs that are happening in the clouds, like seeing somebody's initials or a certain picture of an animal or something of that sort. But I feel like there's multiple ways in which Spirit is communicating with you and giving you information. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like in the very recent past, many of you have been in this energy of learning to trust. Big time energy of learning to trust, especially in things that happen here. So things that have to do with logic, as well as I'm hearing human logic, as well as like the spiritual side of things with having visions, being connected. Even some of you, ears. I'm feeling the ears have been something that's been having a lot of maybe high-pitched tones, ringing sounds. Maybe you're hearing your name called out loud and no one else is around, so you know that it's your guidance team. But hearing swishing sounds, like a type of sound, like it's like your ears have a pulse. These are all times when you need to stop and pay attention to what Spirit is telling you through one of those multiple ways in which I told you that Spirit could be communicating with you in the first place. There's an energy in the recent past of learning to trust, having faith, going through experiences that are teaching you that it's okay to trust and it's okay to be faithful, which means that even if you don't know exactly how something's going to happen, even if you're only getting bits and pieces from your third eye, because this is a third eye card here, but only if you're getting, even if you're getting bits and pieces from your third eye, there's a sense of, I don't know if it's just a automatic trust that's happening for most of you, but I feel like there's just the sense of, I don't know why I'm trusting, but I'm trusting. So it's like blind faith, trusting blindly, And I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety because I feel like many of you have in the recent past been moving in directions that have been given you, I feel like because of a lot of changes or adjustments, it's been giving you a little bit of anxiety. And now this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad anxiety, but I feel like this anxiety comes with choices that you've had to make. Maybe it's to follow through with something, to back out of something, to surrender to something. But I do feel like many of the choices that you've made have been dependent on this blind faith. You don't know why you're trusting in it, but you're trusting in it. And the ability to, I don't know if comprehend is the right word that they're trying to give me, but I'm just going to use that for better lack of words, but comprehend what Spirit is telling you, how the information is coming. You're comprehending that. But it's on a spiritual level. It's not like on a physical human level. This is coming in like these internal knowings, the images in the third eye, discernment of spirit, maybe even clairvoyance, clairsentience. Which cards? These? I feel like the theme of the recent past message is trust. I feel like there's a process of learning to trust and as well as going with the flow. But I feel like blind faith is also a big point that it's trying to make here. I feel instantly like I need to get the book for both of these cards. I'm not real for sure exactly what they're trying to say. Not getting any kind of message yet, anyway. I feel like something's in the recent past is being brought to your attention. A focal point. Yes, okay, they're saying like a focus point or a focal point with this card is what I'm getting. It's not came without some, I don't want to say that test is really what it is, but I feel like kind of like the universe has been testing you to see if you're really going to be faithful, to see if you're really going to trust. And I feel like some of you, because of not trusting, you have had like kind of a backlash from Spirit. It's given you some sort of grief. Maybe some of that anxiety that I was feeling earlier was pertaining to you, 757. But as I'm saying that 757 represents a powerful shift and change, a positive change, and a spiritual awakening. These tests, so to speak, challenges, whatever you want to call them, I feel have kind of turned it's like a pivotal turning point. Because even if you failed the test, so to speak, you didn't go in the direction Spirit's been leading you to, you didn't listen and follow the guidance of your heart, your discernment of Spirit, the visions that's been given to you, you're not listening to the music lyrics that keeps repeating in your mind when you're going throughout the day, or maybe you're hearing it repeating on the radio or what have you, but you're not paying attention to those things. So even when you're not, it's still a pivotal moment, because I feel like that backlash from Spirit is coming in a way that it forces you to trust, it forces you to be faithful, it forces you to see something different, and it's because of the feelings and the emotions that come along with it, with not doing what you felt like you should have done or what the guidance was telling you to do. And for those of you who are doing what the guidance is telling you to do, and you've passed that test, it's like you're moving to that next level. You're, not that there's level or stages, but that's the best way of putting it so that we can understand it. But you're moving to that next level just because you listen. And maybe the next level for you is a deeper sense of trust, a deeper sense of awareness. I feel like something to do with instincts. They're trying to tell me that like the instincts become accurate instincts. I don't know what the right word to put here, but I feel like when you're going with the instinct, it's just proven to be right. In some way, it's being proven to you or confirmed to you that it's right. Yes, yes, yes. Going on to the present moment. Which cards am I going to, please? In the present moment. Thank you. What other messages do you have for us, please, in the present moment, please? And I was going to say in love, but for all those who are already aware they're on an ascension journey and going through an awakening process, what messages do you have for the present moment? Present moment messages. Present moment messages, please. So present energy is needing to assess things, needing to see things a little bit differently. I feel like some of you are a little bit too caught up in your wanting to be right or afraid of failing, that you're not really fully putting yourself into a situation or into an energy. And so what Spirit is asking you to do at this time is to assess the situation, take a look and take a step back and look at the situation a little bit differently, and then put your best foot forward and put action into whatever this situation is, and you're going to see that it's not so bad after all. Things are going to work out better than what you think that they are. I do feel like many of you are in this energy of wanting to get to this feeling of completion, or wanting to get to this place of feeling like you're dedicating yourself to something, or you're putting your all into something, that you're responsible for something maybe even. And so going back to the past, where you've been learning to trust in your intuition, your instincts, those spiritual instincts and stuff, and you've been making choices, I feel like the choices are flowing into the present moment. There's still choices that need to be made, and some of these choices is that I need to commit to something. I need to dedicate my time and energy to something. I want a completion, so I'm going to have to make a choice to follow through with something. And I feel like you're starting to take those first steps towards that. Maybe you're communicating your wants, needs, and desires to the universe, or to a person that maybe you're in connection with. This could also be a time of goal setting and finishing up, tidying up loose ends. So maybe there's projects that you want to complete before you follow through with a certain situation, or, maybe there's something that you need to organize. But either way it goes, I feel like Spirit is asking you, like, take a step back and see what you can do at this time to make something move forward. You've already been learning to trust. Archangel Michael is helping you with your spiritual journey right now. You have no reason not to trust. If you feel like there's fear there, ask this angel to cut ties with that fear, show you how to get through that, help you to push through it. Because anytime we push through a fear, the smaller fears, the bigger fears just seem to go away. So some of you are in need of doing that. Yes, they're saying. Am I supposed to continue with these cards? Yes or no? What other messages do you have for us, please? For all those who are already aware, they're on an ascension journey. Am I supposed to continue? I feel like some of you are too caught up in your emotions and overworked or over-worried, maybe judging yourself for feeling the way that you do. There may be some guilt and shame from something that has to do with a past situation. Maybe it's because you're not trusting in your intuition. Maybe there's something that you're not trusting, period, that Spirit has been saying. You can trust, you can trust, you can trust. So the choice that you have to make is, I'm going to go ahead and trust this. I may not know 1414 exactly how things are going to work out, how the universe has plans on fulfilling this situation or this, energy, whatever it may be. But I feel like instead of judging yourself for what you're doing or what you're not doing, or what you're feeling or not feeling, for maybe not being able to follow through with a choice that you wanted to commit to, it's almost like Spirit saying, quit beating yourself up, like beat yourself up with a feather if you're going to beat yourself up. Because I feel like, the not being able to, or not committing to something that you truly thought that you could make a choice to follow through with is just another part of the process of learning something that you need to learn so that you can have a completion phase, or that you can get to that stage of feeling like you're moving forward in a situation. But I feel like there's some soul searching that's being done right now. In the present moment, there's some soul searching that's being done, but Spirit is asking you to not judge what comes up with that soul search. It's almost like there's a process of learning to not judge where you're at, as well as learning to trust in the intuition, the information that's coming from Spirit in multiple ways, and things of that sort. So it's like there's kind of a lot of things going on. This is intense energy. Yes, they're saying. I was told to read the bottom, which is reflect on your priorities. What are the things that are the most important at this time? For some of you, the most important thing is just allowing. Being in the flow and just allowing. Many of you, a sense of walking in blind faith, trusting in the universe to make things work out for your benefit or benefit of all involved, 1616. But I also feel like this is a card that tells me in the present energy, you are reflecting on some things that maybe you're seeing in a different light. Maybe a different truth is being given to you, or maybe you have just evolved so much and you're starting to trust in your intuition and the visions and things that you're now able to see things clear. What your next step should be. I kind of got lost there for a minute, but I'm feeling like many of you are sifting through things that you may have not had clarity on before. Maybe you was so caught up in matters of the heart and past trauma or mistrust that it was hard for you to move forward. But I feel like now, like you're reprioritizing the way that you think about things, the way that you do things. You're seeing things in a clearer mind or with a more trusting heart. So it's easier for you to be capable of seeing a different truth. Okay, I hope that I'm making sense here. Yes, they're saying. Which cards do I go to? These again. What other messages do you have for the current energy, present energy? Am I supposed to take this one here too? So there's an energy of sleepless nights, reflecting a lot at night, maybe even feeling like you're 1818, sleeping, but you're restless in your sleep. And I don't know how else to put this, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, your body's getting good rest, but there's still a lot of movement, a lot of moments where you're waking up and you're just wide awake. But I feel like for many of us in the present moment, the reason why we're having such restless nights is because we're in breakthrough energy. We're in an energy of trusting, of doing what it takes, of putting our best foot forward, prioritizing what we need to do at this time and putting action into it. But it's also this time of needing to be alone, reflecting on some things, seeing things from a different view, learning to be positive about the changes that are happening. Because I feel like some of us are in this energy of like really judging where we're at and not being okay with what we're feeling at this moment. But you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be feeling what you're feeling and going through what you're going through. And honestly, I kind of feel like this is one of those readings where there's a lot of ups and downs. One moment feeling like your truth is changing and you're trusting in it, and then the next minute feeling like, I don't know, I like the old truth better. It didn't make me feel so uncomfortable. But you're uncomfortable because you're evolving and you're moving up the ladder, so to speak. And so this would feel kind of like anxiety, or sometimes like you're out of control. And I don't mean out of control like a crazy out of control. I mean like out of control as in like, you don't know where you should put your eggs at this time. You don't know if this choice is really going to be the best choice, or if this choice is really going to be the best choice, even though your intuition tells you exactly which one is. Okay, so it's like, you know, these ups and downs, but I feel like you're in this breakthrough energy, and that's what's bringing this restlessness and the need for resting when rest is needed, taking care of your mind, body, and soul, and multiple ways in which Spirit is guiding you to do so. But also being grateful for the challenges that you're going through, the ascension symptoms that you're going through, because many of you, I would say, are having pressure in your head, fluttering in the eyes, sleepless nights, heat flashes, maybe even cold flashes is what they're saying for some of you. And I have 111 here on the cards, as well as 11 up here. So 1s and 11s, staying positive, new beginnings, is what I'm getting with that. Manifesting, they're also saying. But being grateful for these changes are really going to bring a lot of, it's almost like it helps with that clarity. It brings a lot of deeper understanding. And I know you're probably like, well, why would it do that? Because when we are listening to what Spirit is telling us to do, and we're grateful for the challenges that are in front of us, it helps us to evolve that much quicker through whatever the situation is. Gratitude is a very, very, very high vibrating energy. So anytime you're giving thanks and praise, having gratitude in the way that you speak to other people about your accomplishments or others' accomplishments even, it raises your vibration. It does something to where you're at. Which cards do I go to for future? Thank you. So guys, in the future, let's see what they have to say for us. What messages do you have for us, please, for the future? For all those who are already aware they're on an ascension journey and going through an awakening process. I felt like I heard a card rip. That was the weirdest sound. So a lot of time of creating alone, starting creative type of projects, maybe even getting into new situations with lovers, or a lover, I should say. I don't know why I'm saying lovers, but with a lover. This is starting something new and magic that is invoked because of it. Whether it's creative, with a lover, with your spiritual journey, what have you. There is a lot of magic that's being created alone right now, or in the future. In the very near future, there's a need for paying attention to more details. These details could be details that are life-changing for some of you. That's going to bring you into that completion phase that I was talking about. So make sure that you're listening to the details. You're trusting in those details. You know, you're in a process in the past of learning to trust. You're still moving into the now moment. You're learning to trust, but you're trusting in it more. And in the near future, or in the future, one of the things that is happening is that you're spot on with the guidance that's being given to you, with visions, with daydreams, with night dreams, with lucid dreaming, with astral traveling, with just deep inner knowings of the heart as well. And your guidance that's being given to you is also something that you have finished a completion. And remember, this is the near future. You finished some sort of completion cycle of understanding what they're saying, knowing multiple ways in which they communicate. So it's like you now have the knowledge of how they communicate to you, the different type of feelings that come along with it when they are communicating, and so on and so forth. So a lot about how things are happening, awareness of how, and I'm just feeling very intense energies in my ears. So a lot of you are probably hearing your names ringing in your ears and such like that. Yes, they're saying. So also in the very near future, we can expect that there is a lot of cycles being completed. I'm feeling like many of these cycles have to do with trust. Trust in the process, trust in a person, trust in a situation or a relationship, but trust in your intuition, your discernment of spirit, your spiritual gifts that you're being that are developing and being more becoming more in tune, I should say. These are all things that in the near future are cycles that are completing. So many of you should be experiencing very 25-25 intense energies right now. Maybe even vibrations all over your body, feeling it like you're going to puke off and on, or maybe something that continues. But, you know, some of you need to revisit the past. In the near future, there's going to be something that you, to be able to complete a phase, you need to revisit the past. Whether that's revisiting through having a conversation with somebody, like let's just say this is a romantic situation that it's talking about, and you're having visions that, or guidance that's leading you to communicate something from the past. You know, maybe there's something that bothered you, to hurt you, or caused trauma to you, and if you don't communicate that, whether it be to this person that you had the past with, or to the universe, just so that you can heal it. But there's a need for taking a look at the past to be able to complete a cycle, because I feel like there's something that has held you back maybe for quite some time, and you know, the wheel tells me that breakthrough is going to come. Your hard work, your dedication, your sitting in silence and getting answers from the universe in multiple ways, answers from your guidance in multiple ways, has proved to be beneficial, because it's got you to this energy of getting what you want. And it's also breakthrough when it comes to connection. Some of you have had a long road with connection, and going back and forth, not knowing if you should trust it, not knowing if it's even real, you know, something of that sort. And there's a breakthrough with this connection. Yes, they're saying. They're also telling me to pull cards from here. Not here. Thank you. It must want to come out. This has been coming up quite a bit. This is a Kundalini card, and I feel like this is happening in the past, present, and future. So this is something that you've been experiencing. However, I feel like this breakthrough energy is also to do with this healing Kundalini energy. This is your life force, your chi energy. There's more of a connection with energies, so you feel things more intensely now. Even if you don't understand what you're feeling, you're still feeling energy in your body that maybe you know, it took a long time for you to get used to feeling. Or, you know, one of the things that I went through when I first started going through my awakening is my head would bob up and down, or my body would go like this, just like it does when I'm doing healing in my videos. And I didn't know what it was in the beginning. I didn't know it was my chi energy or my Kundalini starting to rise. And it would be in times when I was sitting with my family, watching TV, you know, having all these racing thoughts about the awakening that I'm going through, wanting to tell them, but I didn't know what to tell them that I was experiencing, because I didn't understand it myself. And I'd have to constantly move my body so that they wouldn't see that this was happening. So some of you are going through experiences like that, wanting to be alone, or the need to be alone because of your Kundalini energy rising. This won't always happen. However, when you're at a stopped state or a still state, this is something that you should always experience once you have awakened your Kundalini energy. So, good place to be, guys, whether or not it feels weird and unfamiliar, because it definitely will until you get used to it. This is a very good place to be. Expect a lot of interaction with the universe because of it. With the earth as well. All of these. Yeah, so in the very near future, again, they were talking about the need for really paying attention to details, small details, clues that's being given, and numbers and messages. Some of you, there's text messages or emails that you're supposed to pay attention to, like what somebody is saying to you, 2929 and 2928, I was told to tell you. But anyhow, there's messages that are being given to you through people that just certain keywords trigger something in you, and it's an emotional response, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I can't tell you. It's going to be different for everybody, but it feels like some of you some of the confirmation of your intuition being spot on, your discernment of spirit being spot on, you know, the signs and synchronistic things that are happening being spot on, is somebody texting you or emailing you, and a certain phrase or a certain word that they say triggers a good response in you that gives you joy and passion and makes you want to go after something. So pay attention to these small clues, because remember, you're feeling things now. You're not just logically putting things together with the human mind. You're feeling things now with your heart, with these spiritual connections that you have. So this is a very pivotal moment for you guys. You can trust in the energies that are coming to you from spirit, as well as this is talking about friends, loyal people in your life. So if there's a situation in which you've been asking, is this person loyal? The answer is probably yes. On the bottom is the railroad. This tells me that there's a long journey ahead. Some of you, this is just the beginning of an awakening for you, and there's a long journey that's coming along with that. So, you know, much luck to you. You know, try not to judge the process and just be in the process, and it'll be so much easier for you to get through. I am strong. My strength is greater than any struggle. I am unconditional love. Today, I will manifest the changes necessary to become a non-judgmental person. Let me read that again. I am unconditional love. That means for yourself and others. Today, I will manifest changes necessary to become a non-judgmental person towards myself and others. 31:31. I am love. I am purpose. I was made with divine intention. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading. They're telling me to do popsicle sticks right as I'm saying that. Heart chakra. I will love unconditionally. This is the center of compassion, love, and empathy and forgiveness. I am acceptance. Sacral chakra governs how you feel sexuality, creative expression, emotions, manifestations. Go after your passions. And I am super aware and hypersensitive. I see things as they truly are. My perceptions are changing. I am evolving. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, putting a comment down in the comments as a way of helping me to get into the algorithm so that more people can see these videos and get the assistance that you're able to get as well. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Much love to you guys. Bye.